Broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hi everyone, Ron here at AbleTrend. Welcome to the webinar. We'll go over the different AbleTrend signals and answer your questions. You have the question box in front of you there. I can help you with anything. And we'll take a look and see what the signals were or what could be coming up. I got a daily, weekly S&P 500 chart because it's always nice to see what's going on in the stock market. Basically, the S&P is the market, and most everybody has some kind of money in the market. And the S&P right now is just sitting at support. It's so interesting and so cool when the prices come right down and just stop right at the dots. That's what they're there for. The dots is the invisible or hidden support in the market that our software's algorithm is able to see for us. So that's what gives us a big advantage if we know where these roadblocks of support, the little blue dots, and the resistance, the little red dots, on the daily chart. Now the X's is the same thing. Is the blue X's, of course, means you're in an uptrend. Anything blue means you're in an uptrend. And the blue X is the weekly support. The red X is the weekly resistance. So it's just stalling out right here at this point. It's amazing because the software put those dots in there 2 days before that even happened. And it's just telling you there's a wall of support there, meaning stay in the trade. You're safe. If you have the blue dots below the price and you're in any trade, because the same rules apply to every single chart. It doesn't matter if you're trading Forex or you're trading your day trading or you're trading swing trading. So always the exact same rules apply to every chart. So the same colors and dots and X's are on every chart, and they mean the same thing. So it's really simple. Once you now understand one chart, well, now you understand every chart. Doesn't matter what market it is or what time frame. So we're just going to stay in this trade. You know, S&P is just kind of flattening out. Very flat day today. It was just a real sideways, nothing day where, you know, nobody really in the world can make any money on a day like today if it's intraday trading, because it just didn't move. It was just flat, and that's okay. I mean, you get days like that. The last couple of weeks have been great. You know, there's always bound to be a couple of flat days or even a couple of losing days. But you know, today was really very sideways. And when you see that happening, I always recommend, and was asked by a couple of people this morning, because it started out so choppy and flat. And how you tell it's flat, by the way, a lot of green bars, very narrow trading range, meaning it's not going up much, it's not going down much, just staying in a very tight trading range. Now, if it's like that after an hour or so, or a couple hours, and you just use your own judgment on that, there's no set rule. Just go to a 3-minute, 9-minute chart, go to a higher time frame, and for the rest of the day that worked out nice because it basically kept us out of trading most of the day, which is the best thing to do when the market's sideways or choppy, because you can't win on days like that. So the best thing to do is just not lose and not trade, because sometimes it's just as important knowing when not to trade as it is knowing when to trade. So let's drop down to a swing trading chart. And I checked WinTick. I didn't see anything special on there to recommend, but this is a 2-hour and a daily. Very, very good for swing trading. You like to be in the trade for, a couple days, maybe a week or so. And again, we're looking for the exact same setup on every chart, every time frame. Blue bar, blue dot, blue X to go long. First time you get a blue bar, blue dot, blue X. First time all three of those indicators come together, that's when we make the trade. There's the first time we got red bar, red dot, red X. We would have went short and made some money on the way down. And then we'd have been out right here because we'd have been stopped out. Stops go at the previous higher row of small red dots. Not the red dot above the price, previous higher. For example, this one turned out nice because it gapped up like $30 in one day. Obviously, good earnings or something come out very good on that. But, AbleTrend recommended getting in at around 126 is the price right there. I'm just looking to the right. And by the way of this big gap up, we're still in the trade at 166. So it's really good for option trading. Option trading works great. And there's where the stop is right at 162, the second lower blue dot below the price. Not the blue dot under the price, like the next step down. So we can, make a lot of money on this trip. This one worked out great. And now let's just jump a little lower, and let's look for the 1, 2, 3 and tick chart, which I love the tick chart to confirm all the trades, and it really helps for the sweet spots. But after a couple of choppy, after a choppy start, as you can see in here, the market opened and it was quite choppy. Although no trade zone, no trade zone, no trade, no trade. I mean, a bunch of no trade zones that kept us out of trouble. There were a couple of losing trades at the open, which would be a little after the open, which would be right there and right there and right there. So, you get, and you can tell, look at such a narrow trading range it is. It's only a 25-point trading range from top to bottom in the first, hour. It's kind of a little bit of a, heads up saying, no, you don't know, the rest of the day could be great. But, it certainly wouldn't hurt to call an audible there and go to a 3-9 chart, which is what I recommended when I was asked at that time. And sometimes you got to use some common sense, got to use some trade savvy, you just got to use your own judgments. Sometimes there's no rule what to do at that time. You just have to, experience it and just kind of go with the clues that are on the chart and what appears to be happening. And then the rest of the day, if you go to a 3-9, as you can see, it was just a real sideways days, just a bunch of break-even trades. So after those first few losing trades, which were valid AbleTrend trades, and they were losing trades, we tell it like it is both ways. Then you had a bunch of no trade zones and like a no trade zone there, and well, actually that's a dead zone anyhow. But a break-even trade here. A break is that's after hours anyhow. So yeah, it was only really one trade for about a 4-hour span. There was only one trade, and it was a break even. Started out good, and then it turned around and came back down, and it was about a break even trade because we'd be out over in here and then out there. So the point is, sometimes if you see it's just one of those kind of sideways days, just jump over to a 3-9, and that's. Go with that. That's what I always recommend. And you might say, oh well, sometimes it starts out choppy in the morning, and then in the afternoon it's great. Nothing, just you got to use your own judgment on that one. There's no way because nobody has a crystal ball into the future. So sometimes you're going to get a losing day, and that's how it was today. We didn't get beat up, but there was definitely some losing trades. Obviously, yesterday, the day before, Tuesday was fantastic. Yesterday was a real good day too, and Monday, three really big, really nice winning days. I mean, very nice winning days. Then you have a little bit of give back here today. But I have 3 really good days in a row, especially Tuesday was fantastic. But that's the way it goes. It's the market, and we have nobody has any control over it. And sometimes you catch a day like today, and that's okay. There's going to be some give back. And we'll see what tomorrow brings. Michael Z got in at the 940, was the proper stop loss 1 point above. Let me check back on that one for you, Michael. I'm assuming you were using a 1, 2, 3 at that time. The 940, yes, 1 point above the top of the red bar. Just check your tick chart, make sure, of course, that agrees too. Yes, yep. I like to see two red bars close under support, Michael. I find that to just be a little safer. You might get in a little late, might even miss the trade. But you know what? 2 red bars closing under the, I want to get in on that second one. I find that to just be a little safer on this particular chart here. Still was a losing trade, but wouldn't have been as bad. And just going forward, play it a little more conservative and look for 2 closes under the blue X's. Otherwise, the short term, the win tick charts have been really good. The win tick trades, the swing trade and the daily and weekly, the position trade charts, they've been really good. The win tick recommendations have been real good the past week. They've been very helpful for longer term trading, and it's good to do both. I mean, don't hesitate to diversify by trading a little, doing some swing trading as well as day trading. You know what? Sometimes one is working and one isn't, and vice versa. So this way, you usually have one working at all times, usually. And sometimes it can offset the other. So just a suggestion. You might want to consider doing both. But in the K switch bar, the 939, the 940 bar, Michael, right here, because the first one didn't close below the blue X's, which were there for like a good hour prior to that. So right there is where you would short it right there, not knowing that another blue X would come up, of course, at that time. So right there, 940 bar. All right, well, I hope that was helpful, and stay in touch, and anything I can do, let me know. And what's most important, of course, for anybody new on a trial is to do the one-on-one trading session, which I can teach you more in 15 minutes one-on-one than I can in hours of webinars. But these are certainly helpful too, that's for sure. And we recommend that. That's my way of keeping everybody in touch of what's going on and what's working best and all, because with so many thousands of clients, obviously it makes it a lot easier to touch base with everybody through the webinars. But I'm always here to help, so let me know what I can do for you. Thanks for being here, everyone, and have a great night.